You're in a meeting, someone just undercut you. Your heart pounds, your mind screams for revenge. But what if there was a way to respond that not only silenced them, but elevated you? A way that radiated such calm power, it made their insult reflect solely on them? Most people either lash out or shut down. But the greatest minds in history, like the Stoics, discovered a third path, a path to unshakable inner peace, even when faced with the most cutting remarks. In the next few minutes, you'll learn 5 ancient Stoic strategies, proven to turn any insult into an opportunity to demonstrate your impenetrable composure. Stay tuned, because the final strategy isn't just about silence. It's about absolute psychological dominance. Every day you face tiny battles. Someone judges your clothes, questions your intelligence, or dismisses your ideas. Most of us default to one of 2 useless reactions: biting back, escalating the conflict, or shutting down, allowing their words to chip away at our confidence. Both are losing plays. Both make you a puppet to someone else's immaturity. But what if you could transcend this? What if you could wield a power so profound it neutralizes disrespect before it even reaches your core? This isn't about being passive. It's about being strategic. It's about understanding that an insult isn't an attack on you, but a revelation of their internal chaos. The ancient Stoics knew this secret. They understood that true power isn't about controlling others, but about owning your own mind. Epictetus, a former slave who became a philosophical giant, taught that no one can hurt you unless you allow them to. His wisdom reveals that you are not disturbed by things, but by your judgment of them. And that, my friend, is where your unbreakable strength lies. You are about to discover 5 Stoic responses that don't just silence critics, but fortify your character, turning every challenge into a masterclass in self-control. Are you ready to reclaim your inner peace once and for all? So how do you begin to wield this power? The first and perhaps most critical Stoic response is the sovereign pause. When an insult lands, your reptilian brain screams, "React, fight back." Your heart rate spikes, your face flushes. This is primal, but it's also a trap. You must deny that impulse. This isn't weakness. It's the strategic silence of a general surveying the battlefield, not the panicked retreat of a foot soldier. Imagine a gap, just 5 seconds, between the insult and your chosen response. That tiny window is where you reclaim everything. It's where you break the chain of cause and effect that the aggressor expects. In that pause, you ask yourself one crucial question. Does this person's opinion actually alter the truth of who I am? Think of it like this. If a stranger tells you the sky is purple, do you get angry? No. You recognize their misunderstanding. An insult is often just a form of moral blindness. By pausing, you don't just observe the insult, you observe their attempt to control you, and you decide it will fail. This simple act immediately flips the power dynamic. You become the unmovable mountain, while their words are just wind. Once you've mastered the pause, the second Stoic response kicks in. Cognitive reframing. Here's where you dissect the insult, stripping away its emotional venom. Most insults aren't about you. They're projections of the other person's internal chaos, their insecurity, their jealousy. A Stoic asks, is there any objective truth to what they said? If someone calls you a failure, don't react to the word. Instead, calmly assess, have I actually failed? Is there a lesson here? If their criticism holds a kernel of truth, they've just given you free, albeit rude, feedback for growth. Consider it a gift. But what if it's pure fiction? What if they're simply lying or being malicious? Then it says absolutely nothing about your worth, but everything about their character. Marcus Aurelius, another legendary Stoic emperor, advised us to see things for what they truly are. An insult is like a sudden rain shower. You don't rage at the clouds, you simply choose to open an umbrella or accept the rain. Your hurt isn't caused by the insult itself, but by your choice to interpret it negatively. Reframing transforms a perceived attack into either valuable data or irrelevant noise. Either way, you win. Now, for something truly powerful, the third Stoic response is the mirror of pity. This isn't about being weak or superior. It's about deep psychological insight. Consider this. Truly confident, secure individuals don't need to tear others down. They build up, they inspire. Who then lashes out with insults? Almost always it's the insecure, the envious, the deeply unhappy, or those struggling with their own failures. When someone tries to diminish you, they're not attacking your worth. They're revealing their own internal suffering. They're projecting their chaos onto you because they can't handle it themselves. Instead of anger, what if you could feel a quiet, detached pity? Not contempt, but a profound understanding of their brokenness. When you look at your aggressor and see their struggle instead of their strength, their words lose all their venom. They become less of a threat and more of a cautionary tale. You realize you're not the target. You're just a convenient screen for their internal movie of dissatisfaction. This shift in perspective disarms them completely, not because you said anything, but because you understood everything. Sometimes the most deafening response is no response at all. This brings us to the fourth Stoic strategy, sovereign silence. Society tells us we must defend ourselves, that silence equals defeat. That's a lie. Engaging in an argument validates the aggressor's premise. It grants their petty words importance. Imagine someone throws a pebble at a towering wall. Does the wall shout back? No, it stands unmoved. When you meet an insult with a calm, unblinking gaze, and then simply return to your work, you send a message far louder than any retort. You communicate, your words are so utterly insignificant, they don't even warrant a correction. My piece is not for sale, especially not for the price of your cheap remarks. This isn't passive aggression. This is pure, unadulterated confidence. It shows your internal peace is so robust, so unshakable, that their attempt to disturb it has failed completely. It's the ultimate mic drop without dropping a single word. They attacked. You didn't even flinch. Who truly won that exchange? Here's the truth that few dare to admit, and it's our fifth most advanced Stoic response, the ego check. Often our deepest wound from an insult isn't from the words themselves, but from our own vanity. We feel our image, our carefully constructed persona, has been tarnished. But what is an image? It's a ghost, a fleeting shadow that exists only in the minds of others. And you know what? You cannot control what others think. Trying to is pure madness. A true Stoic doesn't find their dignity in external praise or reputation. Their dignity is forged in their actions, their integrity, their discipline, and their character. If you have lived by your values, if you have been true to yourself, then no external noise, no petty comment can diminish your actual worth. Use these moments of disrespect as a powerful diagnostic tool. Does their comment sting because it's true, or because you're too attached to the approval of the world? If it's the latter, then the insult is a bitter, yet necessary medicine. It reminds you that your true power, your ultimate worth, resides not in what others say or think, but in the unshakable fortress of your own internal self. This is the ultimate freedom. Integrating these 5 strategies isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming a master conductor of your internal symphony. It starts the moment you feel that surge of heat, that primal urge to defend. Breathe. Release the tension. Because winning isn't about the last word. It's about choosing not to play a game designed to degrade you. Your character, your inner peace, your dignity. These are not gifts granted by others, nor can they be taken away by them. They are your unstealable assets, forged and defended by you and only you. Every insult, every dismissal, every petty jab you encounter is not a threat. It's an invitation to practice, an invitation to demonstrate your mastery. These are the weights in the gym of your soul, building an emotional resilience that few will ever possess. You are the architect of your emotional landscape, the sovereign of your mind. The world will constantly try to define you through its praise and its criticism. But your ultimate task is to remain so quiet, so grounded, that you hear only the truth that resonates from within. Choose to be the mountain, unyielding, watching the storms pass. Choose sovereignty. Choose stillness. If you're ready to embrace this profound shift, ready to reclaim your unshakable inner peace, then commit to it right now. Take the first step. And if this message resonated, if you're ready to embody this Stoic power, let me know. Comment sovereignty below. I read every single one.